For example, this is the list, guys, right? This is the list. Tell me, guys, what all I can do it if it is like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It is also having like this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also having negative indexing also. For example, -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. This is also having minus index. Tell me, guys, what all the operation I can do it? Normal, basic operation, right? By using your common sense. Normal, what all the things I can use it? I can even find it. I can even count it here also, right? How many tens are there? I can count it. I can find it. Where is 40? Do you have 40 or not? I can insert something to here, extra things. I'll just tell as like 70. It will become 5. 80. Can I insert like this? Right? 70. I'll tell as like this one is nothing but 6, and this becomes here -1, -2. I can even insert in between, guys. Somewhere here in between, I'll come here and I will do it 30. Right? And I can even delete it on specific with the number. I can delete it on specific with the indexing. Again, if I want to delete third index, I'll come here and will delete third index. For example, if I want to delete 80, I'll come to 80 and I will delete it. Can I do that? Right? Some other operation, what I can do it, guys. Some other operation. I can sort this. I can sort this. Right? I can reverse this. Instead of like 10, 20, 30, I can reverse it 80, 10 like that. Right? I can do all this kind of operations. Those operations, I'll think it and I'll write a method. That's what they have done it. Nothing rocket science, they have done it. Okay. So similar kind of methods they have it. First one, I'll tell it as to append it. I'll tell it as to insert something. I have something called as append. I'll be discussing about append, and other things you have something called as insert. Okay, append and insert are both are different thing. Both are used to add the values, but in a different manner. Okay. And if you can add the element, you can also remove the element, right? For that, you have something called as remove. This is how we can remember it. Remove in one order, and the fourth one is nothing but pop. Okay, pop, you have familiar with this, right? When you tell pop itself, you'll remember one word. What is that? Stack. All right. Other one is push, right? So other I can clear it also. Entire thing I can clear it. Okay. Fifth one, I'll just clear it. I'll use it to clear it. Okay. To delete everything. Okay. So I'll tell you about sixth one. I'll use it something called as extend, guys. I will tell you when I do this. Okay. I'll show you the problem and I'll tell you why I'm using this. Okay. Sixth one is extend. And as we discussed about this one, seventh one, I'll use it something called as a reverse. Eighth one, I'll just tell it as like count. Here also you have count. Okay. And ninth one, you have something called as index. Right? Index. Okay. Index ke baare mein aapne padha hai. Same thing, same feature, nothing to worry about it. And you have 10th one, something called as sort. Okay. And 11th one, this is very special, guys. Very much special. Something called as copy. Okay. When I explain copy, you have something called as a reference copy. You have reference copy. You have something called as shallow copy. Okay. Other one is called as deep copy. I'll be explaining. Okay. Now, how to create a list, guys? Either by angular braces, or else by telling it has like this list, right? Or else I'll create it like this. In the two ways, I'll be writing it. Now, what I do is I'll tell it as like a is equals to, I'll tell it as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I will tell it. I'll enter this and I'll tell it as a. I'll be getting output, no problem. Now, just imagine I want to add 60 to the same list. What I can do it, guys? Think what I can do it. How can I add it? I want to add 60 to this a. How can I add it? So can I add directly like this? A equals to 60 like this. Can I do this? Or else I'll add it like this. A equals to 60. Can I do this? Just think it. What I can do it. If I do this, I'll get a slab. I will get it like a equals to. I will only get it 60. All the values are got overridden. Right? All the values are gone. Right? That was a bad way. Right? That was a bad way. That's the reason they came with a concept called as a dot. I'll tell it as append. Append called as 60. I'll tell it. Append 60. Look on here. I can send the object here. right? So I can send the object here. 60 is also object, right? Integer, it is also object. So I'll tell it as like this. When I tell A, I'll be having what? 60. Then I'll be having 60. For example, can I add anything else also? Yes, I can add anything, right? Or object, or I can add it object. I can add it Idris also. IDRIS. Idris also I can add it. Right? I can add it like this. A, it is nothing but what? Idris. Right? Even I can add it append, I'll tell it as append, I'll tell it as skill, I'll tell it. I'll tell it as skill, I'll tell it. Right? In the double quotes or single quotes, whatever it is. Right? I'll add skill. So I'll enter this. I'll tell it as A. I'm adding skill to my list. Yes, where it is getting appended, guys? At the last. At the last. You need to remember this. By using append, you are adding elements to what? Or objects to what? List. Right? You are adding objects to what? List. Where it will get added? At the last. At the last it will get added. At the last it will get added. Now my question is, if I want to add 25 where it will come, guys? In between here. If I want to add 25 here, what I will do it? Normally append is adding to the list, right? It is adding by default, it is adding at last. If I want to add 25, suppose I will tell us I want to add it here, what I will do it? Right? If I tell us like A of 0, if I tell us A of 0, what I'll get it? 10, I'll get it. If I tell us A of 1, what I'll get it? 2, I will get it. A of 3, what I'll get it? I'll get 40. Sorry, A of 2, right? So A of 2, what I'll get it? I'll get it 30. In between A of 1 and A of 2, I want to add what? 25, right? So if I want to insert, right? So for insert, I'll be using it something like this. A.insert, insert, I'll be using like this. Okay, for insert, look onto this, guys. I would like to show you this. Okay, so look on here. I want to tell it as what? Index. Which index I want to add it. For which index I want to add 25 now? I'll tell it as second index. What is the object I want to add it? Integer object. I'll tell it as 25. I want to add 25. I'll enter this. I'll tell it as A now. Look onto here, guys. Where I've added A. I've added here. Okay. Now you tell me if I want to add Idris, I'll just tell as Mibweb. I want to add it in this location. What I want to tell it? I'll tell it as what? A.insert, insert. Tell me what is the location number I want to tell it. What is the location number I want to tell it? I want to add, like Mibweb to this position. How do I tell it? This becomes 0, this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is this one, but I want to add it here. That is what? 8th location. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 7. This is my 8th location. I want to add to the 8th location. Right? I want to add to the 8th location. I'll tell it as 8. For 8th location, what I need to add it? I want to add what? Mibweb. Right? I want to add what? Mibweb. So I'll tell it as like this. I'll enter this. I'll tell it as A. What happens now? Mibweb is added properly over there, particular location. Right? To insert to the particular location or in between the nodes, right? I'll be using what? I'll be using a method called as insert. If I want to remove the element, I want to remove that skill. How do I remove it? Suppose if I want to remove Idris, how do I remove it? Right? I have one function, as you have discussed about it. I have one function called as remove, right? So I'll tell it as a dot, I'll just tell it as remove, I'll tell it as remove, right? I'll enter this. What I want to tell it? I want to tell it as value. If I just pass it value, that's more than enough. I want to remove Idris, I'll just tell it as Idris here, right? I'll remove Idris now. I'll enter this. I'll tell it as Idris is removed. Got it? So if I want to tell it the value which I doesn't have it, okay, I'll tell it as Idris again. I will tell it. What I'll get it? I'll get an error. I'll get a slab value error. List remove x. X is x not in the list. What I'll get it? You note it down this one. You note it down. This is very important. क्या आता है? That is not important. क्या नहीं आता है? That is very important. If the element is not there and you are trying to remove it, what you'll get it? You will get what? Error. You will get what? Error. Okay. For example, can you remove anything, guys? Now, can you remove anything now? If I want to remove 25, right? For example, if I want to remove 25, I'll just tell it as remove 25. I'll tell it as I have removed the 25. That's it. No problem. If I want to remove skill, I will remove skill. No problem with that. You need to understand what I'm passing it. I'm passing a value over there. Inside the parameter, what I'm passing it? Value. So if the value is not present, I'll get a slap, a beautiful slap. I'll get it on my check, right? Value error. Next one. This is you are removing according to the value. I want to remove according to the index, right? For that, I'll be using what? Dot pop. I'll tell it. I'll do it as pop. If I want to remove according to the index, right? According to the index, I'll just tell as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I tell 5, what it will be removed, guys? What it will be popped? What it will be deleted from the given list? Which value? It will return 60. It will return what? 60. If I tell it as A, 60 is removed. It will remove what? 60. For example, A dot pop, I'll tell it. Look on this. What is the return type you have it? A default list, it is not given it, right? It is telling that, okay, remove. The return item is index, eta index. Remove and return the item. It will remove the, it will return the item. It will remove the item at the particular index, that particular index. In particular index, 5 index, which you have it, 60. You have it here itself. Then, now I will not pass the index. I'll not pass the index at all. I'll just tell a dot pop full attitude now. For pop full attitude, I will not tell index, you only do it. Now which one will, what will happen? If I don't pass the index, what will happen? Have an update in your mind, have an update in your mind. It will remove always the last element. Pop मतलब क्या है? Topmost element, right? कहीं तो सुना होगा ये. Somewhere you have heard this, right? If I tell it as A now, if I tell it as A now, oops, wait a second. If I tell it as A now, what happens? The skill is deleted. Again, if I run this program, okay, again, if I run this program, Mibweb is deleted, right? The last element is getting deleted, right? Last element is getting popped. That is what it is. You need to know about it. You can, with the help of using pop, you can do with the indexing, as well as if you don't give the indexing, it will remove what? Default, it will remove what? Last element. And what is the return type? It will return the item. It will return the value or whatever it is. Then to delete all, you have something called as a dot clear. A dot clear, you have it. A dot clear, you have it. If I do this, everything is clear. Everything is empty now. All clear, right? This is what I will use it. Guys, look, listen up here. I will tell you one thing now. By using append, guys, now A is empty, right? I'll add some element. A dot, I'll just tell as append, right, guys? Now what I do is, like, I want to add multiple elements. I'll tell us 10, 20, 30, 40, can I add this, guys? Can I add like this? Yes or no? Can I add like this? If I enter this, I'll get a type slap, type error, append. Takes exactly one argument. It is treating as I'm entering 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 arguments I'm passing it. But according to the append, look on here, append, according to the append, only one argument I can take it. It is an object type. If I want to pass 10, 20, 30, 40, I can pass it like this. 10, 20, 20, 30, 40. I'll pass it like this. Is that okay? Now I will tell it as A, I'll tell it as A. But it is satisfying it. It is satisfying it. If I tell it as A, I'm not satisfied with the answer. This one answer is list inside a list. It's nothing but A of 0 is nothing but entire element. You don't have A of 1. You don't have A of 1. You'll get it this one. Correct? My intention is when I pass this, I want to pass it as in A of 0, I need to have 10. In A of 1, I need to have 20. In A of 2, I need to have 30. In A of 4, I need to have 40. Like this, I want to pass it. Is there any way, guys, that I can pass it like that? You got my point, right? You got my question, right? Okay, at this moment, what I will be using is, I'll be using something called as extend. Okay, so I'll be using a dot, I'll just tell it as a dot clear, I will use it. A dot clear, I will use it. Okay, a dot clear, I will use it. I'll tell as A is empty. I'll tell as a dot, I'll just tell as extend, I will use it. Okay, when I tell extend, it is a iterable object. There is a difference between an object, and again there is a difference between an iterable object. Though I can pass it only one parameter, I cannot pass it like this 10, 20, 30, 40. I cannot pass it like this. Even here also I will get a slap, tight slap, I will get it. What is it taking? Takes exactly one argument, and yeah, I'm passing what, 4 arguments. I'm getting a slap here, right? So what I need to do it, I can pass it in the list, guys. I can pass it in the list. How the values are stored. You want to see this, how the values are stored. If I tell that, the values are stored like this. Now can I tell it a of 0? Can I tell it a of 1? Can I tell it a of 2? Right? Can I tell it a of 3? You got the difference, guys, between append and the extend? You got the difference between append and the extend? For example, one more example I'll do it. I'll tell us a dot extend, I will tell it. Okay, I'll tell us extend. I will tell it as Mibweb. Now tell me how it is stored now. Your all group data will become split up. Now I will do it. I will use one method called as reverse. This is just normal method, so I just don't want to do it anything. So I'll just tell us like this. Okay, as A. So all the content will become what? Reversed. So entire content will become what? Reversed. Got it? The content was like this. The content will become reversed. That's the only thing. Reverse thing. Nothing special in this. Okay. And you have something called as count, and you have come across this count also, right? So I'll tell as like a dot, I'll just tell as like count, I will tell it, I'll have count, I'll pass it count, how many, what is that, I will count it around like b, I will count it. How many b's are there, guys? How many b's are there? There are 2 b's. All right, so if I pass it something else, I'll just tell as like l, I'll pass it. There is no l here, right? At the time the count will return what? 0. All right, do you have start index and end index here? Do you have start index and end index here? You don't have any start index and end index here. Okay, takes exactly one argument. It doesn't take any 3 arguments. In your count, you don't have any start index and end index. Only you have count. It will give you to count. That's it. If you have it, it will give you to count. If you don't have it, it will return 0. That's it. For example, if you tell us 10, it will give you total count of it. How many tens are there? 1 10. Done. This is what the count is. Done. Okay. Next one is like index, right? So index में क्या है? आपको एक index दिया जाता है, right? So इसका क्या है? Like search करता है, find के जैसा ही है, index भी, right? So what I'll do it when I tell it as a dot index, right? Index. What I'll do it now? I'll find out the index. You have 3 things. One is value, other one is start, other one is stop. Look onto this. What is the range it is giving it by default, right? This one it will stop it by default. It is giving the stop has what? 9222. So many times it will run it. If I give stop index, that will be like really good for me. Right, now I'll search it for E. I'll search it for E. Right, I'll search it for E. It will give you 1. Right, so I'll tell it as like E के बाद क्या करूँगा मैं? B दूँगा मैं. Right, B is in the 0, but you have B also over here. Also you have it. So how do I check it out? B also over there. Simple thing. So what I'll do it now? I'll tell it as A dot index. I'll tell it as index. So what I want to search it? I want to search it B. I want to search it what? B. I'll do it. Same thing. I'll write it B. I want to search it. Start index. I'll give it this one. This one will return that index. I'll just set it as like +1. By default, I'm telling it, right? By default, I'm telling it. It is giving what? 0, 1, 2, 3. It is giving you 3. This logic we have done it already. That's the reason I'm going in bit speed. Okay. For the end index, what you can give it? You can tell it as length of A. You can give it, right? That will be better. That will be better than anything. Last method, guys, that is called as what is that? That is called as your sort. After sort, I will be doing copy. For copy, guys, I want everyone's attention for copy. This copy thing will help it for everything. Okay, even in set you have it, even in that, there's everyone you have, everywhere you have it, this copy. Okay, even when you discuss about the numpy, Over there also you have copy. So you need to know what is reference copy, what is shallow copy, what is deep copy. Next one is sort. Okay, I'll tell you as a dot sort. Okay, I'll tell you as a dot sort. So nothing to pass it. Reverse that this false you have it. You can do it as for reverse. You can tell us true. It will give you ascending and descending order. That's it. Okay. So when I tell us sort, guys, definitely I'll get one error now. Okay, I'll get an error. Read on the error, guys. Read on the error. It is a type error, not supported between the intents of integer and str. That means what? What is this? What is this error that's telling me? What you are learning from this error? Sort works on the homogeneous type. Okay, homogeneous type. It should be having homogeneous type. It should have like 2, 4, 1, 4, 3. This is a homogeneous. I realize dot sort SORT. I'll tell it sort. This will work over here. This will work over here. Okay, sort will work on the homogeneous data elements. Okay, so for example, if I do it homogeneous for the characters now, right? So I'll tell as like W. I'll tell it as like I'll tell as like this YT. I will tell it, and again I will tell it as MIB. I will tell it, right? I'll tell it as like WEB. I will tell it, right? So again I will tell it as like A. I will tell it, so on. I will tell it, right? So again I will tell as Z also. I will tell it. Now tell me guys how it is sorted, guys. How it is sorted? I'll tell us B dot SORT. Okay, B dot SORT. I will tell it. Now tell me guys what is the value? Type it so much, right? So if I tell us B now here, it is getting sorted, right? A, MIB, next comes M, next comes T, next comes W, next comes W, next comes Z. Right? You know how it is sorting? It is sorting on the basis of first number, first letter. If you have common between first letter, you'll check for the second letter. It is going for the length. Like this, it is sorting. All right, it is sorting in that way. Done? Sort done? Okay. So we are done with all the methods of list. Okay, very much easy, right? Right, write down setting called as tuple. What do you mean by immutable? Immutable. Tuple, how it is denoting it? With the bracket, it's called as tuple itself, right? With the bracket, it is called as tuple, or you can tell that by default also it is tuple itself. All right, by default also it is tuple itself, right? By default, if I tell 10, 20, 30, it will also take it as tuple itself. Pattern suppose default tuple, right? What is this immutable, guys? What do you mean by mutable? Indexing is there. You know angry girlfriend. You know angry girlfriend. If girl is angry, I mean a friend who is a girl, okay, and she's angry. All right, can you convince her full angry, right? Full angry, full red face, right? Can you convince her? No, you cannot convince her. Correct, right? It is what it is. Okay, so you cannot insert the data or you cannot delete the data. Got it? No means no only. That's it, done. End of story. Got it? You cannot convince at all. Okay, that is what the tuple is also. Okay, in tuple, what happens is once you create it, once you fix it, okay, once you fix the value 10, 20, 30, 40, right? Neither you cannot insert the data or you cannot delete the data. So it will be like much more protected. No changes. It will never accept for the changes at all. Got it? That's the reason there will be no operation called as, you know, in list. Look on here, you have append insert. It will make changes. Remove also will make changes. Pop also will make changes. Clear also will make changes. These 5 elements are eliminated. Extend also I cannot use it. Reverse I think I can use it. Okay, count also I can use it. No problem. Indexing also I can use it. Sort also I can use it. No problem with that. Sort also I cannot use it because it is changing the element. Right? Reverse also I cannot use it, guys. Why I cannot use it reverse? Because also it is changing the element of data. This one also cannot use it. This one also cannot use it. Remaining with count and index only. Right? Remaining with count and index itself. Okay. So I'll be writing here tuple. I'll just show you tuple, T-U-P-L-E, tuple. Okay. What are the methods I can use it here? Is one is like count. I can use it count, which will not affect to the data. One is count. Second one is indexing, as I discussed. All right, these two methods only I'll be discussing in tuple. That's it, done. Okay, so if I want to show it here, very much easy, right? Tuple, maybe like if I tell it as like dir, I'll just tell it as like tuple, T-U-P-L-E, tuple. I'll enter this. Look on here, guys. All are magic methods. Still here it is magic method itself. Only two methods, count and index. That's it. And you know both the methods. What is that? This count will do it. What this index will do it. All right. For example, now I'll tell as a is equals to, I'll tell as like 10, 20, 30, 30, 30, 10, 20, right? So I'll enter this. So it is using what? Tuple. Type of a is nothing but what? Tuple itself. Type of a is nothing but what? Tuple. Right? Type of a is nothing but what? Tuple. Now what I do it here now, I can use two methods. One is count, other one is index. Count, what will do it, guys? A dot, I'll just tell us like count. I'll tell it count. In count, I want to pass the values, right? I'll just tell us like 30. How many 30s are there? 3 30s are there. That's it. Indexing. What do you do with indexing? Same thing again. I'll tell us a dot. I'll just tell us index. I'll just tell us index. In index, what I'll do it? You'll pass the value 30. You will pass it, and you tell it start index and stop index. If I pass 30, it will give you the index. Right? And you know, start index and end index. Same thing what we done in the list itself.